What is up everybody and welcome to Monday's video, although it is Friday for me. This is going to be a vloggy style video in terms of handheld bad out of focus camera work, but this video is one of these videos that you guys love. I know you love them. Today is an ultimate rearrangement, or sorry, no, I did think about this. It's a mega rearrangement for my ultimate desk setup. There we go. As you guys know, on Friday, if you haven't checked out Friday's video, check it out. Massive donation from Todd. He gave me two Dell U2412Ms. Let's take a look at them. Here they are, sitting down here. There's one, there's two, there's the desk setup, and I can't rip it apart yet because I'm currently compressing the unboxing video that you guys have already seen. That is Friday's video, so I'm waiting for that to compress, and then I can finally rip apart my setup. So guys, sit back, relax, and enjoy this mega, ultimate, crazy, colossal, awesome upgrade. All thanks to Todd. Alright guys, rock and roll. There is my video uploading, and it will be live by tonight, hopefully, without being late. Let me hit done. I'm so excited, and that will refresh soon. I will close screen sharing. I will leave the Mac Mini on because I don't need to power anything down, you see guys. And of course the Mac Mini is on a totally independent circuit now anyway, along with all the networking stuff. We'll shut down the computer. I've posted a tweet and a Facebook status to build up excitement for this video, for the video tonight. But of course you're watching Monday's video. But anyway, let me roll backwards, and we're just going to get a quick before shot of the setup, just to look at how it looks prior to changing it to the U2412Ms. Let's get a nice little setup there, nice little shot. There we go. That's something a little bit different there, guys. Anyway, I'm going to get a little bit more light on the subject, mount you guys on the tripod, and we are going to rip away at these other two monitors. Alright guys, so it is time to take a look. My phone has just buzzed. Let's have a quick look and see what's happening. People are commenting on the ItsMyNaturalColour Facebook status. Now, first things first is to remove my microphone. This is quite important because the microphone is sitting on the monitor arm. Now, I may have to find a temporary location for my mic when all this is going down, because as you guys know, as I mentioned in the unboxing video, I will not be using my Duronic monitor arms with the U2412Ms. I may be purchasing a triple monitor arm, the triple monitor version of these, if I so desire, but that's not a definite. So it's important to get all of the cables out from under there. But I do have quite a bit of cable tying happening, guys. So let me lean that down. Make sure it's not leaning against the screen. The thing is, that microphone has been working very well since I've had it on my monitor stand. It's been a lot more effective than when it was clamped to the side of the desk. So I'd like to keep it that way if I can. And one thing I will do, guys, is knock off these desk lights. Move this out of the way. Move the monitor round, and if I move the camera, we should be able to take a little look at behind that screen. Alright guys, so I'm suffering with sort of reflections and all sorts of different things from the video on the camera, just because it's weird light in here at the moment and whatnot. But let me move those LEDs out of the way. As you can see, there's quite a lot of cabling back here because I actually use the USB hub of the monitor. So I've done really well hiding a lot of the cables, in my opinion. But it's time to chop away at the cables. Let's lie that speaker down. Now, you've got to be careful doing this because you don't want to cut a cable, and there are still live power cables in here. So that's one. I recently redid these cable ties when I implemented the Creative X mod into my setup, guys, because that's when I started using the USB hub on the monitors again. Or just the one monitor. So there we go. There's those two cable ties out of the way, and that will now let us, I think, grab the very nice pink USB cable, and I can yank at it because it is rope, so it's fairly robust, but I believe it is a little tangled with a few other things down there by the feel of it. I may have to go down there and take a little look. There we have it, guys. The microphone is now free, so because of the cable ties and whatnot on the scissor arm, whoa, that was unexpected. Because of the cable ties on the scissor arm itself, I leave the cable attached. It's not a problem at all. I'll just put this to one side and we can put that back on the setup after the monitors are on here, if we can find an ideal place for it. Now, I do believe we'll have to do quite a lot of jiggery-pokery with the speakers and all sorts of different things, but we will take a look. So I believe now is a good time to actually take off this monitor. If I unplug these connectors, all sorts in there. I can get rid of this DVI as well because I don't need that. I can actually unscrew this, lift this up, and with a little bit of added elbow grease, I can get it off. Now these caps are a bit of a pain. Dropped it down the back. That's okay, here it is. There is one 2009W off of there. Okay, we'll put this to one side. I'm actually running out of space here, guys, but I'm just finding space to put everything at the moment. Of course, as well, we will get the arm itself off, the pole itself. Now, these have served me very well, but I am now interested in getting a single mount to mount all three monitors, and I do have repurpose plans for these in the future. I'm getting a couple of test bench monitors up really high, if I ever have some kind of office or whatever, which I'm hoping to when I move out. Got all sorts of ideas, but I doubt I'll use those while I'm still here, but you never know. I may use them for something. I may mount like a test monitor or something up there. That's a good idea. I could do something like that. I'll see what happens. But I would kind of like that because I've got spare power cable and VGA cable and stuff. So yeah, we'll see what happens. But anyway, let's grab this VGA cable if we can, this DVI, because I won't be needing this. As you guys know, I'm back down to using a single video card, so whoa, that wasn't good. That's okay. That's okay. That's just my external drive. I've actually dropped that drive a good few times, guys. It's the only drive I've ever really dropped, but it's just a time machine drive, so everything that's on it is in multiple places. Now, at this moment in time, it's proving a little difficult to get this DVI out of there, so if I drop it down by the side of the Mac Pro, we'll feed it out later. All of these cables here will be going back into the bottom of the U2412M, including the power cable and everything, so I think it's a good time to possibly, if I move the speaker and mouse over there, it's a good time to lift up one of the new monitors onto the desk. So I know we're battling with the sunlight coming from the windows, guys, but there is not a lot I can do at this moment in time. Wow, this is so much of a bigger beast than the 2009W. So the first thing I'm going to do is feed all of the cables through the hole in the back and plug the monitor in. And there will be one more cable going through the back, and that will be the USB cable for the microphone. So now all I have to do is plug it in. Let's see if I can get another light on the go here, guys, so you can see what's happening. What's really cool about, since I did my rewiring of my desk and made all my cables neat and everything, is it actually worked out really well. There is plenty of length on the majority of the cables to make my life really easy when it comes to plugging things in and unplugging things. So that is really handy. As you can see here, I've got plenty of cable length. Now, one thing I'll probably have to do is go underneath the desk after I do this and sort of re-tidy a few of the cables, just because a couple of them have probably got knocked out of the way while I've been doing this. But of course, that's absolutely fine. And I will have to rewire some of this. Hopefully I'll be using the Hackintosh by the time I get my triple monitor stand, because I can use that as an excuse then to run another DVI cable, because as you guys know, I'll be running 3 DVIs instead of 2 DVIs and 1 VGA. But VGA is fine for now. I don't mind at all, but of course with a better quality panel like this, I will notice the difference compared to compared to all my 2009 Ws, where you couldn't really tell if you were using VGA or DVI unless you really knew your stuff. But let's plug this into power. And there we go, that monitor is all plugged in. Let's move it round and we'll just plop it here to one side. Wow, okay, yes. Having 3 of these is going to look ultimate, guys, really cool. So let's push that back there into the rough position where it's going to be. I'm not too sure how I'm going to do this yet. I may have to bring the center one forward. I'm going to change camera angles and we're going to do the exact same treatment with the other 2009 W. So from this angle, you guys can really see the difference. 20 inch, 24, 24. I'm going to get much more screen space. The setup is going to look a lot more ultimate. It is time to whip that guy off. Alright guys, let's do it. I am actually getting a little bit warm, so this is one of the biggest upgrades I've done in a while to my desk. So, what have we got going here? We have got, ooh, nice, a big cobweb. That was surprising, guys. I've very recently been back here dusting as well, so I don't know why that was there. But let's try and get rid of that plastic cap. I'm also going to have to do my LED lights over again, but that's pretty much obvious. This monitor is a lot more simple. We've only got the power cable and the DVI cable to worry about, so it's quite different there. There's not a lot of length on this DVI cable because it's a HDMI to DVI and it's the only one I had. But I could have swapped it, I guess, but no, I don't have a VGA cable that would have reached either. So let's try and get this monitor lifted off of this stand. I can't remove the plastic top, so it's going to be a little bit of brute force. There we go. I've got it. Let's lay it down there for a second. And I've got the plastic top to that we will squeeze back on there just to make it look complete. Now, my brain is actually working very hard on all sorts of ideas. I may rig up a really quick test monitor. I think that would be pretty cool. Just a monitor that I can have to test out PCs and stuff that doesn't obstruct my main setup. I think that would be wicked. I'll see what I can do after this video. But there we go, there are the 2 cables, and of course that power cable is going to want to run away, and I want to keep that nearby because we're going to be plugging in the new monitor straight away. And same drill, let's get rid of this. Okay, time has come again to bring up another monitor. Here we go. Let's grab this. These are massive. So much bigger. There we go. Awesome. Same drill, guys. I don't know how much you can see at this moment in time, but I promise I will show everything in great detail later on. Push that power cable through. Push that DVI cable through. And I think that's all the space that I have. Okay, there we have another Dell, and that one is powered on all by itself. Now then, okay, let's take this off. Might as well reveal everything. And the same goes with the other one, guys. Let's reveal this one. Of course, we are nowhere near aligned at the moment. Still a little way to go, but we're getting there. Ho ho! That, I cannot stress how much more beastly that looks, guys. Let's get this out of here. I do feel sorry for my 2009 W monitors. They've been extremely faithful, but you know, you've got to move on, and this is definitely a good excuse to move on. Wow, this is looking great. Now what I'm going to do, guys, because the speakers will not fit under the monitors, it is time to fiddle around with the speakers a little bit. I'm going to be using them on their sides for the time being, but to do that we've got to make a little adjustment to the bracket. I may just take off the bracket and see if the speakers can sit straight on the desk, but I don't think that would be ideal. Oh, it's a flathead. I thought it was a Philips. Hang on a sec. I thought something was amiss here, guys. This is a flathead. I'd totally forgotten about that. So either way, depending on how I'm going to use my speakers, the stands have got to come off because they won't fit on there for now. So it's important to keep that safe. We'll also do the same for this one. And once I do the same for this one, it means that I can get rid of the mouse, because the mouse is actually threaded through this. It was threaded through for a reason. So let's get rid of that. And the mouse, look at that, guys. Okay, I thought I'd be able to get around that. I'm going to have to unplug the mouse from deep underneath the desk in the realms of the KVM. That's going to take me a little while. I will pause the camera. Not as bad as I thought, guys. Let's just hope that plugging it in is as easy. So that's that out of the way. We'll move the mouse out of the way in general for now. I'm going to try and figure out the speakers and where everything's going to go. So I'll move the iPod out of the way. I'm going to do a bit of alignment work because anyone with multiple displays knows that it takes a lot of time to align everything properly. And yeah, when I come back you should see something of a more completed setup. So we are lined up roughly. As you guys can see, now that I've taken the stands off the speakers, they fit a lot better and they look great. I'm not convinced on the X mod sitting on there, but other than that, we are looking pretty alright at the moment. So I'm going to boot up the Mac Pro, have a little click around and just check that the displays are functioning correctly. Well guys, it's quite some time later and as you can see I'm all booted up and I've even got a change in my wallpaper to celebrate. I haven't had this wallpaper in Yosemite before, so that's very exciting. Now, when I turned the monitors on, I was instantly disappointed because I thought my original monitor was faulty. These two monitors, at first glance, looked gorgeous, crisp, bright, clear, stunning colours, and this looked dull and horrendous. But I have calibrated the centre monitor to look the same as the outer monitors, and now it looks great. They look pretty much the same. I still need to do a couple of tweaks, but I've got so much more out of this monitor now, which is great. Not too sure why they're totally different. It's probably because there's a good few years in between them. Different, you know, panel manufacture dates and whatnot, different places of manufacture. The colours still pop a little more on the outer two, but yeah, everything looks great. Now, colours aside, before actually I mention anything else, one more quick note about the colour. If anyone has any recommendations on the best way to calibrate a multi-monitor display, you know, is there any kind of reference that you calibrate to or whatever, then let me know. But I'm using on, within the Mac itself, I am using just the U2412M preset, and then I'm calibrating on the monitors themselves because it actually gives you RGB control, which makes it a lot easier. I had to up the brightness on this one also to make it equivalent to the brightness of the other two. The other two are brighter. But now that I'm all set up, it looks amazing, as hopefully you guys can tell. And let me just give you a little idea as to how much more screen space I get when using these monitors. Now, I've left mail and Twitter with the existing resolutions that I used them at with my 2009 W monitor, and look at all this extra space I get, all this extra resolution, so I can make mail and Twitter bigger and everything is great. If I move over to this display and we take a look at iTunes, allows me to fit so many more albums onto the screen. It's really great. It's now an even setup. I'm going to play around with this a little bit more, guys, see what I think, and I'll get back to you in a second. So everyone, I've got my microphone mounted. The only way I managed to do it was to use one of the original Duronic monitor arms. So I unscrewed one from one of my Dell 2009 Ws, and this gives me a wonderfully versatile microphone mount, which is great. Now, of course, at the moment, I'm definitely thinking about going with the Duronic triple monitor arm. It eliminates all of these stands, and I can go a little bit higher. I would like to go a touch higher. Maybe if I'm looking at it from here, the top of the display is just there, maybe just a shade higher for the whole lot. But of course, once I do that, I can mount that microphone pole to the back of the other monitor stand. As you guys can see, I'm just watching some YouTube videos and that just to take a look at the colour, and everything seems fine. I spread out these two a little bit more, but I've got space for my icons there now, which is great. so that gives me more space to work on something on this display if I want to move my browser over or whatever. Of course, iTunes lives there, and Mail lives on the, not Mail, my calendar lives on the desktop that's that way. Unless I'm doing a project, and then normally Final Cut is spread across here and Photoshop is there when I'm doing a video project. But anyway, you can't really get an idea of the scale. Let's step back a little bit and take a look. It is stunning, guys, absolutely stunning. But I do have one other cool little announcement, and I'm going to do probably a devoted video to it. But this is kind of like the birth of the plan that I was telling you guys about, and that is this. Yes, that is one of my Dells, and it is on the Duronic arm back here. And this is a test monitor that I hope to run cables somewhere, and I can conveniently have computers on this desk and test them out. Now the cool thing about this, the beauty about this is, I can have it flat against the wall pretty much, or I can even curl it round and have it nearly, let's get it, yeah, as part of this setup. So it's there if I'm working on a PC and I need to sit at my setup. It's really handy for referencing, much better. Or if I want to, I can have it at the complete opposite angle, like that. And it's just actually pretty damn cool. So I'm going to work on rigging something up, but that's not my main priority at the moment. This is my main priority, and it looks absolutely fantastic. I really do like it. So one other reason that I'd love to get a triple monitor stand for this setup is because of this. The cable routing holes in the U2412M are a little low on the stand, meaning that I can currently see all of the cables that are connected to the monitors. Now, it's not too bad, it is still a clean setup, but I know that it'll become a lot more clean when I do something with the monitor stand. But all of that aside, guys, this is looking gorgeous. I wish you could see it in person. I just absolutely love the look of it. Unfortunately, I believe that is pretty much it for this video. Do expect a couple more updates, of course. I may order that triple stand soon. There's all sorts of exciting things to come. Of course, once again, a massive thank you to Todd. He is just a legend for donating these two monitors. Absolute legend. He has dragged my setup into definitely the year 2015 with this ultimate setup that looks and feels and is just amazing. I'm struggling with my words because it's just so nice of him. He's been so kind. I can't get my head around it, to be honest, guys. It's wonderful. But here we have it. Here's my setup looking great. Massive thank you to you guys for watching as well. I hope you've enjoyed this video. I know these videos tend to be pretty popular. Everyone loves a bit of desk goodness. So huge thank you once again. Hope you like it. If you have any suggestions, put them down in the comment section below. And as always, I will see you in tomorrow's video.